Hello everyone. It's good to be here again. If you'll notice, I don't go live every day anymore. It's just once a week. That's because I've been very busy transitioning. I'm trying to do different things right now. I'm trying to transition in different ways, trying to increase my rates, upgrade my skills. At the same time, I'm trying to shift my client base from Australia time zone to UK time zone. And the reason for that is because I want to be awake when my daughter is awake. Okay, so I'm actively looking for more and more UK clients so that I can let go of my UK client, the one that I've been with for a long time, 5 years, Regal Mushroom. So I'm trying to shift away from it. That's why I've been very busy. That's the reason why. But every day I'm thinking, what can I tell the group? What can I share with the group? When I encounter an experience, whether it's good or bad, I'm always thinking I have to share this to the group because it's something that a VA would experience, as this is something that they would experience in their VA journey. Okay, so one thing that I'd like to share with you is I'm very happy I have a win, because if you remember, I landed a new client, I think a month ago in October. That's 2 months ago, but it was in October when I started with them. The onboarding was so good. It was my ideal client, but the rate was not ideal. It was a bit short from my ideal rate, but I took it anyway because they seem to be speaking from integrity. And what else? And it's something that I'm interested in. It was an online Tai Chi academy. It's something that I took up in college, something that I believe in. So I decided to work with them. So the onboarding took 2 to 3 weeks. It was not rushed. Okay, so the person I was reporting to coached me on how to like their language, how they spoke to their students in their academy. So that was very effective. He taught me the systems, what you're supposed to do if you encounter, technical issues with the payments, and things like that, how to handle complaints. For them, the ultimate goal is to make sure that they have a delightful experience in the academy, even if they're about to cancel their subscription and things like that. That was like the ultimate goal. That's what I had to keep in mind. So that's what I've been doing. So what happened was, they were supposed to pay me just a fixed amount of fee every month, and then assuming that I would just spend 5 hours a week. Okay, but then when I showed them my time tracker, it showed that I spent more than 5 hours a week. So the owner decided, okay, let's increase your monthly to cover for that excess time. And then the past few weeks I was doing a lot more. I was adding more service to them, but to me it was natural. It was the right thing to do. As I always say, if you operate on integrity, you will do what's right. Okay, so I suppose they appreciated it because I bring up things for them, not just what was given to me. If something is I think worth discussing, I bring it up to them. So now they increased my hourly rate. So I've been given 2 increases in the less than 2 months that I've been with them. So I'm very, very happy with that, because I wasn't expecting it. Okay, and it's something that I enjoy doing. So I'm sharing that with you because you will find your ideal client. Just don't give up on it. I had a very interesting chat with one of our members here today. She agreed to share her experience here with you, but we're going to keep her personality, her identity confidential. But there were a lot of takeaway points there when it comes to choosing your clients, choosing who to work with, deciding on your rate, the importance of onboarding, respecting your own boundary, and things like that. So I thank the member of our group for agreeing to let me share the screenshots of our conversation. Of course, I will cover her name and her photo. But that's one thing. That's an example of what would happen if you just look for your ideal client, you decide to work with your ideal client. You know, it can be surprising. The minimum there is you will enjoy what you're doing. Okay, so my message to you is don't give up. Just look for your ideal client. Okay, that's one thing. I'm very happy about that. The second thing is I talked about portfolio, resumes and portfolios last week. So okay, now we're getting to the topic of this live, which is what should you include in your portfolio? Does it have to be only what you've done as a virtual assistant? No. Okay, you can include samples of your work even before you become a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant simply means you're working remotely with someone. Okay, but that skill that you have, you can use that whether you're working face-to-face with someone or working remotely with someone. The only difference is you just have to know the technology. You just have to bridge that distance. Okay, you just have to know how to bridge that distance. For example, how to communicate with them, how to share files with them, or how to you know, how to keep in touch with your clients and things like that. But otherwise, the product is the same. So for example, you're someone who's been working in, give me a task, guys, but randomly, if you've been working in project management, or I will give my examples, if you've been an admin, all the things that you've done there, you can create a screenshot of it or a PDF file of it and then put that in your portfolio. If you were asked to create a report, save it, put it in your portfolio. Even if you did that in your previous job, in your role before you became a virtual assistant, because essentially a portfolio is going to help your client to see what you're capable of. So if you know, if you just discount all those things, then your ideal client will not have anything to use as a reference. Like, what can this person do for me? How can this person help me? Okay, so my suggestion is you cannot overdo your portfolio. So I was telling my sister, I see a pair of eyeballs. Hi, good afternoon. I told my sister she's done a lot of things since she became a VA, but I don't see any glimpse of it in her Facebook page. I told her, everything that you get to do as a virtual assistant, you have to publish it, because the experience and the knowledge and the outputs that you create even before you become a VA are great assets in your portfolio. You should be displaying them. In the same manner, everything that you create while you're already a virtual assistant has the same weight. You have to share them. Remember, guys, there are so many millions and millions of business owners out there who are struggling with time. They don't have the skills to do the things that you can do. So make it easy for them to find you. All right? Just be honest. Just be honest with what you can do. Tell them, okay, it's like this. I can do this part. I don't know about that. I researched it. I know how it works, but that's all I know about it. I think I know how to use that, or I think I will have an issue in this area. So just be transparent so that your client will not waste time. You know, wag nating paasahin yung client natin. Last night I had a discovery call with my previous client. So she and her husband were my very first VA clients 11 years ago. Okay, so I think they were just paying me $2 an hour, and I was doing odd things for them. I was buying groceries for them, renting CDs or DVDs. They're based in the UK, or you know, very odd things. It's like initially they want me to write blogs for them, and then eventually, like, what are we going to ask Luella to do? Okay, so let's ask her to do these things. Eventually they absorbed me into the husband's company, and I was That's where I worked for 5 years in remote travel planning. Basically, that's where I got my training. So I organized events in London, in Abu Dhabi, in where else? In Sydney, in New York. That's where I honed my skills in event planning. So anyway, it's been a long time since I last spoke to her. She reached out to me last week. She said, Luella, I have this business. I can see you now have your own agency. Can we catch up? I need a tech VA. And I did not tell her upfront I'm not a tech VA, but I said let's have a chat. It may or may not be a perfect fit. That's what she told me, and I agreed, because it really may not be a perfect fit, because I myself I cannot identify myself as a tech VA just yet. I know some things, but I cannot call myself a tech VA just yet. But anyway, we had the call last night. Before the call, I spent 2 hours researching the technologies that she mentioned. There's New Zenler, there's Zapier. I'm not familiar with them, so I researched how it works, and then that's where I find out that okay, it's similar to the platforms that I'm using, so it can't be that hard. Plus, I already have the experience in integrating systems. So anyway, that's what happened in our discussion last night. I just told her what I can do, what I cannot do. And she said, okay, good. That's good enough. Let's work with that, because actually this is what I need and you can help me with this. So I wasn't expecting that she would work with me, or I was not really 100% sure that I can help her with her needs. But she said, okay, let's go. Let's do it. What's the next step? So I outlined to her, this is the next step. I'll send you an agreement, please read it, and then I'll send you the upfront invoice for the 10 hours, and then we'll go on a strategy call to finalize and be clear on the deliverables, etc., etc. So that went well, because even if I'm not 100% fit for the job, I was transparent about what I can and what I can do, and I listened to her needs. Okay, so that's the importance of what do you call this? What was I going into? But my point is, just be out there with your credentials. Okay. The reason why she reached out to me is because I was posting about it in my Facebook page, my personal profile, and we happen to be friends. So that's how she found out about what I can do, and she reached out to me. So in your case, you'll never know who among your network has a need for you. Okay. So as much as you can, even if you're still training, I can see Regina De Leon, when she finishes a training, she publishes her certificate on her Facebook profile, which is brilliant, because then when people are going to check her out and she comes up in their search, they say, I'm looking for someone who can help me with Google Analytics or something like that, and then Regina's name comes up. They can check out her Facebook oh my god her Facebook profile, and then they will see her posts that support her authority in that area. Okay, that validate, okay, that's why she came up on my search. Okay, so she has done this, she has completed this. Okay, that's why I encourage you to showcase everything that you've done, whether it's training, what videos you've watched, but don't just share the video. Okay, don't just share the video tutorial. Also include what you learned from there, or what you think can be done better, so that when a prospective client looks at your profile, they see, okay, she's finished this course. She's not just sharing it, because if you just share it, it's like you just want other people to learn from it too. But give your insight on what you learned, what you picked up from it, what you thought about it. Like, it's pretty easy. I tried this and it was like this. I hit a snag when it came to this point, but then I overcame it, or it's still something that I need to work on. Just to show ideal clients where you are, what your skills are. So anyway, I was talking about Janet, and she knew about what I was doing, because I was talking about it in my profile. I talked about what blog or systems I'm working with, that I have an agency, what else, all different things. So I encourage you to do the same thing, because in your Facebook or wherever you think your client is hanging out, they said that if your target client are above 25, they're in Facebook. If they're below 25, they're in TikTok. If they're corporate, they're on LinkedIn. Okay, if they're I forgot what's the thing for YouTube, but there's another one for YouTube. Yeah. And then Instagram are the younger generations too, the visual people. So take those things into consideration, guys. Your ideal client is out there. Okay, so I think this is what I was getting to. Janet, my previous client, was struggling. This is her problem. She was struggling with the tech side of her business, but she just couldn't find the right person. Okay, for all you know, I'm sure there are a lot of people there who are more qualified than me, but Janet couldn't find them. And so when she, saw that, oh, Luella does this, even if I'm not 100% fit for that role, she considered me. Okay, I'm sure if that person out there who has more experience in the tech that she's experiencing, or the tech that she wants to be set up, if you place my experience and credibility beside that person, I'm sure Janet will most likely go with that person. Okay, if that person has a good personality, I mean, that's not much of an issue. So that's the advantage of being out there, guys. Okay, so this video is all about being out there. Showcase your portfolio. Don't compare yourself with other people. Okay, stop comparing yourself to other people. All right, because that's never going to help you progress. She told me last night, you're going at a pace that you're supposed to go. Meaning, don't compare it with other people. Just do what you can do. All right, and as I said before, progress over perfection. Right? So that's it. I hope that you guys will post your accomplishments, whatever small wins that you've done, whatever trainings you've done, or mock-ups. If you learned something about, let's say for example, social media management, or how to design something on Canva, or graphic design, showcase what you have come up with. Even if it's just a mock thing, even if it's not a paid work, even if it's just a practice thing, it's the best practice that you've done or attempt, then publish it. Let the whole world know what you're up to, because you will never know who needs you, who's been looking for you. Okay, so don't waste that opportunity. It's something that you can do on the side. You can make money from your hobbies, from your new interests, even if it's not your course, even if it's completely different from the job that you've been doing for the rest of your life. Just put it out there, because people, there are millions of business owners who need help, and it's just a matter of finding the right person. Make yourself visible to your ideal client. Okay, make yourself visible to your ideal client. If they're hanging out in Facebook page, showcase your work in your Facebook page, whether it's a PDF file, whether it's an image, if it's a video or whatever. Link it, upload it. Hi V, my twin sister. I lost track. So just you can upload or share a link to your portfolio, no matter what it's. I'm going to talk to you, V, because you're my sister. You're watching me right now. Diba? So showcase what you've done. Don't be afraid. Don't compare yourself with how other people do it. Right? Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Don't wait until it's perfect. What's important is to show people that you're consistent, or like, okay, she's doing this. She's doing this again. She did it again. So aim to so what am I saying here? Your portfolio does not necessarily just have to live in your Google Drive, shareable drive, or your website. Your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page or your Instagram account can be the home of your portfolio. Okay? Because that's what they're going to look at. They want to see what can this person do. All right? So keep that in mind. Keep freshening up your portfolio, whatever Facebook profile that is that you want to master. So just focus on one. You don't have to do all of them. Just focus on one, and make sure that you put something there every week, just like what I'm doing here. I put something out here every week to help you guys, and I'm sure you're getting used to it. It's becoming like a habit for you. At first it was every day, and some of you are already looking forward to it, like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, Luella's going to go live, talk to us about something. Oh, it's Friday, we're going to have a webinar. So in a way, you create like a habit for your audience. So you do that too. Pick a day in a week or a time of the day when you're going to put out something. It's okay if you do it random times, but if you really want to capture your audience, if you really want to get into the best time that they check you out, then you can look at that. You can experiment what time, but at least have something out there every week. Okay, so what if your client happens to be looking around for someone like you, and they find you 3 months from now, in February. If you're posting every week, you would already have like at least 12 posts that showcase your expertise, your authority, right? The person who you are, your personality, what things you believe in. Yeah. Okay, so that's scrolling down. If you're scrolling down someone's Facebook profile and you see 12 things that establish this person's personality, authority, credibility, then the chances are you'll have a clear idea on whether you want to consider this person and if you want to contact this person. Okay, that's a gem. I learned that in several courses, so I hope that's something that you will something that you will consider. Hello, Penina. Welcome to the live. I think it's your first time. It's the first time I see you on live. Thank you so much for being here. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions about portfolios, let me know. Again, your portfolios, put them on if they're old work, put them on a shared Google Drive or shared drive, or upload them on your website. But nurture your social media account, because most clients look up your social media profile. All right. Okay, I'll leave you with that. I'm so excited about the workshop that's happening on Saturday. And I'll see you again next week. If you have any questions, please post them to the community. Make use of our community, because we have people here who are already VAs, and people who are aspiring VAs. They're experts in other fields. Please ask whether you're a male or a female, if you're a mom or not. Just ask your questions here. If you want to be anonymous, then let us know, and we will post it for you. Okay, ducks, have a great weekend, everyone. For those who signed up for the beta workshop, see you on Saturday, 9 o'clock. All right, take care. Enjoy the relaxed restrictions, but please stay safe. I was wearing a mask. I just took them off while here in the car, but just be safe. We will win this pandemic war. So take care, everyone. God bless you all.